We need a Scotland built on social justice. We need a Scotland with equality to its constitution. We need a Scotland which is nuclear free. A Scotland which doesn't engage in illegal wars, unjust wars. A Scotland which shows compassion. A Scotland which is more than happy and open to the immigrants and the benefit that they bring to our society. A Scotland where there isn't a choice for the elderly and many others between heating or eating. A Scotland that is built for people and not profit, and it's time to make the working class something to be proud of and not something that we should hope to escape from and slide up the greasy pole at factory.
It's all about the mechanics of actually going out there and campaigning. That's what we do. That's what we do in the communities team. We've got local groups all across the country. We've got over 200 local groups across Scotland. Within a couple of months, we'd managed to build a grassroots campaign network of ordinary people across the country. And don't think it was built up by SNP, MSPs and councillors and party structures. It was built completely separate from that. It's an incredibly comprehensive campaign because the level of enthusiasm that we've seen from Yes supporters is absolutely unparalleled.
I'm 17 years old, I go to school, I'm a 6-year student in my last year. Easterhouse is a prime example. We've got a lower life expectancy than the open air prison camp that is the Gaza Strip. And very recently as well we had a visit from Ian Duncan Smith, who claimed that his visit to Easterhouse was the driving force behind his welfare reform bills. So before I go on to address my two main points, I just want to throw up an open challenge to Ian Duncan Smith. Return to Easterhouse anytime soon. I'll gather an army of activists and you look us in the eye and tell us that your welfare reform bills are going to improve the lives of the people of Easterhouse, because it's not. Mainstream politics and mainstream politicians have stained us all, tarred us all with the same brush, that we're all the same and we can't get change through the mainstream political system. Well, this campaign's all about transforming that message, saying yes, actually in fact we can. And I think you can't really blame any working class person for having that kind of view when you look at things such as the expenses scandals and the attacks on the poor generated by Ian Duncan Smith, Cameron and Clegg and the rest of the stooges in Westminster. The only way I believe in which we can generate change is to first establish the view that what we have right now is not good enough and we can do better. And we've got, as much as I'm all for positive campaigning, and that's exactly the yes message is the way we're going down, first of all we've got to attack better together. Labour, Tories, Lib Dems, UKIP, BNP, EDL, anybody who concerns themselves with a no vote and point out the flaws in their argument that Westminster can't ever be a progress for change. And the Tories and Labour are more than happy for this message to continue. They're more than happy for this narrative, and the Labour Party especially need to be held to account for this, because we all know what the Tories are about. We all know the Tories will stab working class people in the heart, but it hurts even more when the Labour Party, the party who people put their trust in, the party who people... The greatest challenge for us, and me especially, is working in Easterhouse and Glasgow North and East as a whole, is to generate people from non-voting to actually convince them to get out and vote, and that their vote can make a difference. And it's been mentioned that we've got a silent majority of people who wouldn't vote, who we can transform to a yes vote, who would change the outcome of the independence referendum, and I believe it's our message that reaches them best. Well, that Scotland to me isn't a dream. That Scotland could become a reality. But that Scotland is only possible, as our campaign message says, with the hard work and commitment of us in this room and the wider communities that we can develop to make it happen.
Liam, you're out working in Easterhouse, and Zara was saying about how you've got to convert undecideds into yeses and yeses into activists. I would like to hear what success in that regard you might have had in Easterhouse. Have you actually converted undecideds to yeses and yeses into activists?
The last time we did canvassing, it was a 50-50 split. It was 50% yes and 50% undecided. We didn't get one.
My grandson at present is attempting to organise a debate within his school, and it's been conducted on the basis of 16, 17-year-olds first chance to vote. Teachers have got a responsibility to teach. And if they want to teach about being citizens and civic responsibility, it starts now. I'm looking for your name as soon as you would blow our Drossen Academy right off the face of the map. And then we'll look at all the other schools. We're all parents here, I presume. So let's talk to our children. Let's get our children involved as well.
As far as schools are concerned as well, the schools need to take a politically neutral stance, but my own school had a debate on a Friday after school. I think it was actually before the holiday as well, charging £1 each, and that money then went to charity. There was over 150 people that stayed behind. Patrick Harvey was the speaker, Frank McAvity from Labour, and Hamza Yousaf from the SNP. But the interest is there, and as part of that, something that I forgot to mention, it gives me quite huge delight to tell you that as part of the Radical Independence campaign, myself and Kirsten McLean are now going to launch a Radical Independence campaign school students network to deal with that issue and to be directly